An amendment is a change or addition to the existing Constitution. This is the 10th Amendment by Mr. Keller. The 10th Amendment protects states' rights, and this is known as reserved powers. This means that the powers not delegated by the Constitution to the federal government are reserved for the individual states and allows state governments to make laws as long as they do not infringe on a federal law. The 10th Amendment defines the concept of federalism, which identifies the relationship between federal and state governments. The original draft of the 10th Amendment was based on a provision of the Articles of Confederation to protect states' rights as long as it did not infringe on the implied powers of the federal government. Examples of the 10th Amendment powers include marriage, divorce, adoption, the death penalty, and child custody. All of these are examples of 10th Amendment powers that are given to state control. A controversial issue of the 10th Amendment rights is gay marriage. The Supreme Court has ruled that gay marriage is legal, but many states still do not recognize these rights. The DMV and rules for police and fire departments, and including marijuana, are examples of bureaucracy and economics of state control. The 10th Amendment allows state government the right to establish and control police and fire departments. Another controversial issue of state governments is the legalization of marijuana. Many states have legalized marijuana for recreational use, while other states have adamantly opposed its legalization. Education, voting, and conducting elections, state taxes, and gun control are all examples of political controls that exist within state governments. Probably one of the most controversial issues in contemporary society is gun control. The NRA is a gigantic Washington lobbying group that supports conservative candidates and opposes any type of gun control. The liberal position has been to establish stricter gun control laws, and this is an issue that will not soon go away. My Supreme Court case is Garcia versus San Antonio Metropolitan Transit Authority, which involves the San Antonio Metropolitan Transit Authority and Joe Garcia from San Antonio, Texas in the early 1980s. This case involved the San Antonio Metropolitan Transit Authority and the main provider of transportation in the San Antonio metropolitan area, and it claimed that it was exempt from the minimum wage and overtime requirements of the Fair Labor Standards Act. The question before the Supreme Court on this case was, did principles of federalism make the San Antonio Metropolitan Transit Authority immune from the Fair Labor Standards Act, which was a violation of the federal law? The ruling in this case was a 5-4 decision where the court held that the guiding principles of federalism established in National League of Cities versus Usury were unworkable, and that the San Antonio Metropolitan Transit Authority was subject to congressional legislation under the Commerce Clause. My true-false statement is the 10th Amendment allows state governments the right to make laws even if they infringe upon a federal law. And the answer to this statement is false. Thank you for watching.